ideological bents, the daily news, your grandpa's views, conspiracy theories, trending Google queries. Either way, it's all okay. We're chasing comedy. So listen up and we'll lay it all out. Whether you're seeking wisdom or zoning out, have your fill, it's all just for the mill. With Brian and Dustin and we're chasing comedy. We're Brian and Dustin and we're chasing comedy.
Cadaverous,
Hello.
am I right?
This is highly cadaverous. Highly cadaverous is right.
How often do you get to use the word cadaverous?
You don't. What's the deal with cadaverous? What is the deal with the cadaverous?
I do
Anyway.
love the choice of the shirt that blends with the couch. Like that was.
I know that. You want me to go change it?
No, I just think it's funny. You're all head. You're just a head.
I know it's ridiculous. I did not. I was.
You're an Aruba. You're an Aruba. Your mind's
Yeah.
not clear. You're thinking about the beach, the show tonight. You're not thinking about this.
This is unprofessional.
I understand. Under professionalism, it's accepted. You're an Aruba. I mean.
Right.
That's nice. That's a nice, if you're
Very sweet
going to be on the road. I mean, that's a place to be, I would assume.
Yeah. It's a very sweet gig. Is this, hold on, let me.
Yeah, I was trying to talk to you about it. What are you doing now?
Yeah.
What happened? ADD tech? What happened?
What? No, I was just trying to.
I was doing some I can't. I'm walking out. I'm walking off the show. Here's me walking off the show.
Okay, you're trying to get me to be funny? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm trying to talk to you about Aruba.
Okay.
Nobody's trying to get you to be funny. We're
okay.
having banter. Jeez.
That's what we are. That's what we do here.
What's wrong with you? You doing drugs? Are you drugs?
Yeah.
Drugs now?
Yeah, I'm not on my game yet. It's great. We're here at Aruba. We're here at Aruba Ray's Comedy Club in the beautiful
now you're
island
emceeing.
of Aruba.
Now you're emceeing.
Yes. Now I'm in game mode. You pushed me. Hey guys, how are you guys over there on the other end of the
try the shrimp. Try the shrimp.
Yeah, try the wings here in Aruba. The barbecue is terrific and the fish is caught fresh.
Look at that Vito voice. How was have you had a show yet?
Yes, we did. It was.
What's the vibe like? So it's Aruba. People are all on vacation, or they're locals as well?
No, it's mostly people that are on vacation. It's very. It's very cruise shippy. They just want to laugh. No edginess. No, they don't want. So they just want to enjoy. You're not
doing your Nazi bits.
No, I did one bit. I did the one bit where I mentioned, what the problem is? White people.
Oh, did you do that? I was going to ask, how'd that go?
Well, no. But the joke is about white liberals, and I just sort of said white people. The joke is that I don't say white liberals. I just go, the people that come up to me offended by jokes are always white people. Okay. And the joke is white people, and the crowd is sort of like looking at me going, is he insulting us? I don't, and I'm not at all. But that when you go hard on anything having to do with race, right? Like
especially white. I feel like that's the hardest one. It used to be the other way around. Now I feel like white is the hardest one. I mean, I had a joke where I just, I basically said, I don't call my dog an emotional support dog because I don't want to be that white. And then it's just like, and I feel the tension kind of like changing,
right?
The sense of.
But you're talking about putting down. You're talking about putting down whites, and I recognize that dynamic where you're sort of tweaking down. No, what I mean, tweaking
fun of them. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Them a little.
Tweaking, and they get very sensitive with that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about any kind of racial humor they get sensitive with. Like if you're in a cruise ship crowd like this, like I have a joke where I go, no one wants to sit up front at a comedy club. It's the only place. Comedy clubs. No one ever wants to sit up front. It's the only place in life. It's the only place in life. Even Rosa Parks didn't want to sit up front at a comedy club, right?
Ooh, here we go. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's an all white crowd. and they're like, ooh, you know, and black
turn into the Apollo.
Yeah. Yes. Black people. Exactly. It's so weird. And black people laugh really hard at that joke, even though they go, oh, they do that thing where it's like, oh, but they laugh. They don't have a problem with it. So then they have to qualify it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I always say one black laugh is like 40 white people laughs. You know?
that's the math. You did the math on that. I never heard that quotient. I never heard that quotient. Wait a minute.
But you know what I'm saying? Like you're on stage. Yeah.
Wait a minute. 40, black. Hold on. One black is 30 or is it 20?
Like, 20 I say 30? 40. Bump it up a little bit. 40.
40 white laughs. Wow. That is just
because I mean that because you're on stage and it's like a joke like that, which is funny and like, you know, whatever. It's meant to kind of like just kind of make fun of everything and just be okay with that. And then the black guy laughs and you're like, oh, I'm okay. Well, you know, it's
exactly.
Like everything's fine. It doesn't matter about the right side of the club. That dude and his wife is enjoying it.
Exactly why that joke to me about white people are always offended. It's always white people, even conservative white people, even right-wing white people who say we shouldn't be offended by anything. And what's with these snowflakes will be like, ooh, are we allowed to laugh at the Rosa Parks joke? And that's it's fascinating about racial humor and racial dynamics when it comes to humor. Because
most of those people are taking that out of history, that it never happened, Rosa Parks. So that's the problem. I know what I'm supposed to put down this road.
So you're saying, wait, you're saying that they don't even think she exists? She's like Bigfoot or something?
Well,
like,
I don't know if you've been paying attention to certain parts of the world, but they're trying to eliminate parts of history and things like that. They don't want educated to our kids.
I understand that. So why would they take offense to a joke about something that they say?
Because it didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, you shouldn't say that. I don't know. It didn't happen. Oh, Shut up, white comic man. Shut up. You're supposed to be on our side.
but
why are you bringing up the past? Why are you bringing up the past? This didn't happen. This didn't happen.
Yeah, never happened. That's the funny part to me is that, that's the funny part to me is that it's writing that joke. I was trying
for a second.
Why
you were like Wilson?
Why are you doing? Yeah. Come on, baby girl. Sorry. Come on, baby girl. Where are you from, baby girl?
You're getting blacker and blacker off of this white.
I'm getting blacker and blacker all the time, man. You just turn me into one of them comics there. It's
your black man. Is very 70s pimp, which I love.
Yeah, but I love this. Wait a minute. What? 70s pimp. First of all, that black guy 70s. Is 70s.
That's
pimp.
very 70s.
Yo, baby
black.
Girl. That is very black. That's very 70s black. But I have many black characters that I can do that
give me like 2005 black guy.
Wait a second. All right. Hold on a second there, Dustin. Or wait 1 minute there. See, the thing is, a lot of people don't understand that what Dustin is doing here, he's trying to separate us even more.
It still feels
okay.
70s.
You know what I'm saying?
That's late 70s. Okay. I'm going to give you a 78.
Wow. Now we're going to get letters. We're getting letters. 78, 79.
Letters, very 70s, by the way.
Yeah.
By the way, letters.
Yeah, we're getting letters.
That's fun.
We're getting. That's funny.
Fax.
We're getting letters.
Fax. It's very 80s.
We're getting a fax. Yeah, we're getting a fax. Is the caller there?
Offended by fax. Right. I love that. I wish we had a fax machine. We just get offended by
we
fax.
could get faxes all the time. No, but so that's to me is very interesting about the whole, that whole thing about, doing those. Because basically the joke was nobody wants to sit in front of the comedy club. And then I couldn't think of anything. What's that like? I needed a joke for that because every time you do a show, there's people, nobody sits up front. Nobody sits up front. So I was trying to find a joke. It's the only art form. People will sit up front for Shamu. They'll sit up, killer whale. They rather be around killer whales than comedians. They don't want to sit.
Oh, have you said they'll get hit by a baseball or something? They'd risk getting hit in the head with a bat. Yeah. They'll
get hit with a bat. They'll sit right behind home plate. They'll do, but there's nothing really funny. They'd rather be hit with a bat than a one-liner or something like that would be kind of funny. But I never, and then the Rosa Parks thing popped into my head and I said, oh, that's funny. Rosa Parks wouldn't sit up front. And I thought that's really funny. Of course, then it's going to get me in trouble, but I don't care, you know, and I always do the qualifier where I say, you know, all you uptight white people, that's a seating arrangement joke. Okay, calm down. Okay,
it's not about race. So, it's about
not about race. Not about race.
Getting off the bus quickly.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's interesting you said about the race thing, because it's like I feel like, you know, what I was saying about I did a show, and it was like the white stuff got a little tension, but then everything else I made fun of Muslims and whatever. Nobody had a problem with that. It was just the word white people got a little weird. Everything else totally fine. Yeah. I said Asian people. I did all kinds of like old, you know, this stuff that I was doing. And,
but but it's really funny, because if you say white people to a group of white conservative people, and you say white people do this thing that's really funny, they sort of just can't process what you're doing. Like it's not that they think they're supposed to be offended, but they can't find anything to be offended, so they're trying to process whether they should be offended or whether it's you're being weird.
Well, that's the funny thing too. I think this is definitely what happens is you have a confusion moment of like them trying to figure out, like you said, am I offended? But they don't understand the joke enough to know. And so they're just in that moment of like, is he or is he not?
Yeah.
Like
is
insulting us. Is he or not? Like I can't, and that's because they're not quick enough to pick up on the subtlety or the sarcasm or the irony or whatever it is that the joke has. And then watching a crowd try to do the math on figuring it out is pretty hilarious. Right. Because I've said things where I have to stop and go, no. That's pro this. That's not against this.
Right.
Like, and you have to explain that to the audience. They're not. This is the moment where you're supposed to. I'm on your side. You know.
Yeah, that's a really interesting thing in comedy when people misconstrue the joke.
Yeah.
And don't understand who's the target. That's a fascinating thing when audience is merely. The way the brain works, they hear race, they hear white, they hear Rosa Parks or whatever, and they just pick out something and they assume that it's offensive when it's actually not.
Yeah, that's the ADD problem too, where it's a buzzword. You know, I say, "Oh, I have a gay friend." Oh, he's making fun of gay people. Here we go.
Right, and right now, you just hear you hear that, and you're immediately like assuming the worst, and it's like, no, you're just completely not processing. Which brings us to a bit that I want to work on today.
All right. Well, I like the transition. What do you got there?
Because
monochromatic man. Let's go.
Because here's something, monochromatic man. That's the world's least visually striking superhero, right? The dullest, most aesthetically unpleasing superhero. Monochromatic man.
Just all head.
He blends in with his environment. Like,
well, you remind me of those. Remember those like 3D posters that were big? You could like, if you stared at it for a while, then you would see like a dinosaur. That's
magic eye.
If I look at you long enough, I see you, but it takes a second.
I'm blending. It's horrible. You know what's funny? It's like I wanted to put on a different shirt, but you wouldn't let me. You said, no, we'll go with this because it's comedy fodder.
Exactly. And why would I?
But I so want to put on a different shirt right now, and I may.
In post, we could put you in like a tuxedo or something. I mean, Adam has skills. We could put you in like an orange, jumpsuit or something. We'll figure it out.
Right. Now I can't remember the bit I was going to work. Now you completely threw me with this. Like,
okay, well, we're talking about race and like people misunderstanding jokes. So does that help?
Oh, I know. No, I know. There's a line that I have. See, this is the problem with writing jokes. Is like most people don't understand that the joke is sometimes the least of the problem. It's placement. It's how you get into it. It's frame. It's all that other stuff. So it's like saying the joke is something along the lines of that guy, that the bit where the guy comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, dude, why'd you make that character an Asian guy?" And I said, I never said he was an Asian guy. The Issa joke. Have we talked about this on the show? Like, I know this is weird. Like you and I are talking about comedy, but then a young kid comes up to me, I say ostensibly from Generation Fragile, comes up to me to call me out on this. And he's like, "Hey, dude, why'd you make that character an Asian guy?" And it's like, and I said, "I never said he was an Asian guy." And it's hard to explain this whole bit on the show, right? But it's got a lot of moving parts. But the point being, I say to the guy, "Look, look, I know your heart's in the right place, and I don't want to blow your big white savior moment here, but if you can't tell the difference between comedic, between mimicry and bigotry, between vocal impersonation and racial denigration, that's not progressive. It's performative. It's not progressive. It's performative. It's not a political protest. It's projection. And you're not being a hero. You're being a hack. Okay. So it's a lot of wordplay in the thing. And so try to do better, which I know for a lot of white people, it's hard. Okay. So that's a bit I've done many times. And I'm sorry, I'm being rambling, but what I wanted to say was you're not being politically like a political bravery. You're not understanding the comedy. Okay. You're not, you know what I mean? Like I want to say, listen, this isn't political bravery. This is not understanding comedy, what you're doing. And I want the wordplay to be like that, because the punchline is coming up and which is so hard. You know what I'm saying? Is this making any sense at all on the show?
No. I think you should also say, why am I making him a surfer guy? I think that should be to make fun of yourself a little bit, because I think it's pretty funny that you make him very Bill and Ted.
Well, I can throw that in comically. Whoa!
Your white guys, your white guys are 80s.
Yeah.
Your black guys are 70s. You're on track.
Course.
I love it.
I'm good. I need to have a hippie.
Your Asian guys are 1822. Like you're very.
Wow, this is a shooting gallery today. This is brutal.
But it's funny. It's like
you're taking me wood chipper.
But no, I'm not wood chipping you. I'm just like, you have to.
I don't care.
I don't care. And you don't care. It's like the audience, like it's one of those things where the more you make fun of yourself, the more you're going to get away with. That's what I always feel. But no, I know what you're saying. I'm saying that the bravery of like the
70s, 80s. Wait, on the 70s. Wait a minute. The Asian guy was the 1860s. Wow. It's like, Brian, you're doing Mickey Rooney and you're doing the Mickey Rooney character.
Come on, that's a railroad.
Yeah.
That guy just finished the railroad shift.
Boy, you're you undermining my entire.
Come on, if your doctor talk like that, come on, you're so sick. You know what I mean?
It's a true story. What do you want from me?
I know it is.
That's the weirdest part. I was doing a whole longer bit when I did a Scottish accent, and I said, if you're not offended by this and you don't think I'm making fun of this guy, then explain why.
See, here's the deal. Scottish has never aged. It's exactly the same. It's never aged.
But of course not.
Of course not. That's the best part about Scottish.
It's a very. I know.
I'm also accent envy of you. Like you. I try to do an accent. It all just comes out like Matthew McConaughey every time. Like that's the only thing.
Well, and yet here you are making fun of my surfer dude. I was trying to do a surfer dude, and you're giving me shite. You're giving me shite.
All right, I am giving you shite.
Well, that's the thing.
All right, back to the
whole point of that joke. Yes. The whole point of that joke is I even had a Scottish guy I wanted to do. Right now, I did a Scottish accent earlier in my act, and you didn't say anything about that. But why is that? Because you didn't say that I'm making fun of that guy. And that's a bit weird, isn't it? That you're not calling me out on that. And I don't understand that. If you're if inherently, if doing the voice of someone and their particular syntax is actually degrading, then why is it that you should call me out on that one as well? But you don't think I'm making fun of that guy. That's what's weird is they don't call me out on those voices. Obviously because they're white. Now I understand that. But the point being that doing an accent or capturing the essence of someone's particular syllabic pronunciation pattern is not inherently insulting. Yeah,
you're answering your own question. Yeah, you're basically figured it out by yourself. Like that was basically you figured it out just talking it out. But I would add, if I'm allowed to, is that I think a lot of like, far as you want to get into the less jokey part of this situation, the after comments, which number one, the amount of comments that people throw around has a lot to do with just this, social media, kind of energy of like, you can just say whatever you want all the time to anybody, no matter what, like, which is just ridiculous. And then the other thing, there's something called strife, no pain, basically. And too much alcohol will make someone get offended at a comedy show. They've obviously haven't been through anything and they've had too much to drink. And then that always ends up being the person that is offended, is the white person that's never had any struggles and never had any problems with 3 Long Island iced teas is gonna, beeline for the comedian. Yeah. But the joke part of it is basically, the bravery. Like, I think the joke is the word bravery. Almost, it's like people think that they're crossing picket lines to tell a joke slinger that he's inappropriate. Like, it's like if like that. This is your protest. Is this the hill you're dying on? That the guy that did just did the chuckle hut. Like, that's what this is the hill. And so I think it's about that emotion of like, really, this is where you're putting that energy when the world is in flames and you're going after the guy that's humping a stool. Like, really, that's where you're going. Yeah.
And I want to say, I know exactly what you're saying is dead on, that that's the hill you're dying on. This is the focus of attention because people have lost the capacity to influence politics. And I always say, you should be protesting Chuck Schumer's votes, not Amy Schumer's jokes, because the two things are you're doing that because you don't do that. It's a substitute for something you can actually do and feel good about yourself. But you're being a showman. You're being like, you're doing something that's completely trivial and won't influence or change anything in the world. But at least you can feel, it's almost like putting the money in UNICEF. That way I don't have to worry about the kids in school. I'll put a nickel in the UNICEF box or something like that. And then I can never just assuage your own guilt, And like, I wish, I wish I could say, they're doing that because they don't want to pay reparations.
They also don't want to pay the bill. It's a grifter move where people get offended at comedy shows so somebody comps their drinks. Like, that's basic. Bottom line, that's 90% of it. They
say that again.
Somebody who's ran many comedy clubs. It's a grifter move. It's like they don't want to they don't want to pay for their drinks, and so they're automatically offended. And so a lot of times that happens where it's like, I'm so offended by the material. Oh, let me comp your drinks is what they're waiting for.
Oh, is that what? So that's a scam.
That's most of it. I mean, that. I mean, it's just like, how many people are like, well, I think you should pay for my drinks. No, we're not paying for your dumb drinks because you can't take a joke.
Well, no, I know, but I'm talking about people that aren't protesting the bill. They're coming up to you after the show and saying what you said was offensive.
No, but there's many people that do the same. They basically say those black jokes were offensive. I want my money back. Yeah, there's it's a grift. Yes, it's a total grift. Right. It's the only art form that you could do that. You can't go to the theater and be like, all right, I'm not paying for my glass of wine because that last scene,
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like I want to try. That's what I'm talking about. What is going on in that interchange with that guy when he comes up to me and says that, and I say, look, dude, you're not fighting against bigotry. You're misunderstanding comedy. I just don't feel like hits it out of the park the way I'd like it to. But it's like you're missing the point of comedy. You're not a civil rights protester. You're a free drink grifter. You know what I mean? Like that, something like that but that wouldn't make sense either unless they're asking for free drinks. But you're a I don't know, narcissism, grift. You're a grifter. I like the word grifter, but I don't know what the word is. Like, I don't even know if any of this is interesting to try and crack
cracking the code here. No, I don't think it. I think you just need to play better venues.
Okay, that's ladies and gentlemen, Dustin Hoffman solving the problem, right?
I love how I'm Hoffman now. Yeah, I love how now I've turned into Hoffman.
Listen, Brian.
No, but it is true. Me too. I play these crappy venues, and it's just like, that's the thing. Is just like, it's so funny where it's just like, that happens at certain types of comedy shows, and it doesn't happen at others, and so it's just like a weird thing. Like, you have a fan base, and your fan base is not going to say that to you. I think this isn't true. Let me say this. I know you want to talk, but give me 1 second. But I think also comedy is one of the few things where people go out to see what whoever is on stage, as opposed to music or things like that, where a lot of times people specifically seek out the artist. So a lot of times we are performing in front of people who have no idea what we're doing. So it's a weird element where there's many times we have our fan base, which accepts what we do, and then you have just random people seeing us all the time. And that's the difference between famous and not famous, is the not famous has to prove themselves to an audience, and then that audience has to process everything that we've worked on many, many years to accumulate this personality and this like thing on stage. And so that is the weirdest thing, to feel like we're always auditioning, no matter how good a comic you are, no matter how many credits you have, and no matter how long you've been doing it, you're always auditioning for an audience.
Always auditioning. Always auditioning. That's true. No, but it's true. No, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you go to no one gets offended at a Dice Clay show. Okay, you know what I mean? Like people go to see Dice, and they know what they're getting. Andrew Schultz, they know what he does, so they're going to come.
Chappelle, same thing. But Chappelle wasn't doing trans jokes in 96. I'll tell you that.
No,
he had.
I don't think trans. I didn't.
Really? Rocky Horror Picture Show? Rocky Horror Picture Show? I don't know.
There weren't. That was transvestites. That was a totally different thing. Okay, right? That was a totally different.
They've had this since the beginning of time. Come on, what are you, German? They've always had this stuff. But I think
obviously. I love the two-spirit thing. That's my favorite thing ever. You heard about that?
What's that?
Yeah. Because whenever there's anything that comes about that people go, that group has always been with us. Like, we've always had furries, right?
Fairies?
There's always been furries.
Oh, I like fairies better.
But the Chippewa people called them this, and they go, and somebody finds some obscure text somewhere, then it's always the American Indians. It's always the Native Americans that get American Indians, I hate. It must be a nightmare because you're part American Indian, because you have the responsibility to justify anything in white liberal culture that they need to find some solidarity and historical support for. So they find somebody in the Apache tribe who dressed up, in high heels or something.
Yeah. Well, like we've always had Bigfoot. I mean, we used to call them Italians. Hey, because they're hairy people. Go.
There was an Italian Bigfoot. What was it?
No, they're just hairy people. That was a horrible joke, but at least I think it is.
Bing bang.
All right, let's get off this. My turn.
Please.
For the love of God.
In the name of God, yes.
A race and offending people. No, I have this joke that I want to expand to on a little bit. And basically, it's like living with a hypochondriac, somebody who's constantly thinking that they have, some,
chlamydia.
Disease or something. No, easy. Nobody in this household is thinking they have chlamydia.
I am.
I'm not a GI. I'm not a GI from the 72. Okay.
Chlamydia is always funny.
Okay. No, it's not. It's not funny. Not in this context. So we're a clean show. No chlamydia. So, no, but I have a good joke that works, where I say, it's easy. You got to fight when you date a hypochondriac. She's like, get off your phone, pay attention to me. And I'm like, is that a lump on your neck? And it gets a big laugh. And it's really the idea of like, using her anxiety, to get out of things, or just basically,
wait, you're using her
fear,
hypochondria.
Yeah.
To get out of, you're saying, wait.
Like that particular one was an argument. Like it was like we're in a fight, and then I'm like, is that a lump on your neck? And so it's like just to kind of like get out of the situation.
That's great. That's great. You could have lymphoma. And you're gonna fight with me, right? You could have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and you're gonna fight with me
because I could literally do it. I mean, you have something in your eye. Is that a sty? What is that?
You could be going blind.
Stops everything.
Right?
Stops everything. It's like no matter what is happening, I get out of every fight. And so,
of course, because you've now terrorized your loved one into thinking they have a debilitating,
I'm a horrible person. Yeah, absolutely.
They have 6 months to live. I would quit fighting with you if I had 6 months to live too, right?
But she doesn't. That's the thing. It's just an imaginary thing. So it's like, why not just make people feel weird about it and make them
so you have
more
to.
obsessed.
All right, so I'm shocked that this isn't working. But anyway, keep going.
It is working. It kills. It kills. It's my biggest joke. It destroys.
It's my closer.
I'm just trying to add on to it.
Got
no
it.
problem.
So,
that's what we do here. We do a joke, and then I said, let's expand it.
Okay, cool. Love it.
Just like you did.
I'm joking.
My joke doesn't work. And then I'm just like, no, I did set the frame. I said, look, I said, here's a joke that works really well. It kills. It gets an applause break. But I would like to expand it into another element of it. Instead of being such a drop the joke and leave. I want to do more stuff on being with somebody who has chronic anxiety. And so try because it's a real thing. And it also transfers to the animals. It transfers to me. And so there's just this, this thing about two people having anxiety, and then because my anxiety is different than hers. Maybe this is the frame where it's like her anxiety is like she thinks she's gonna die from some crazy disease. Mine is, where's my wallet? So where are my keys? Where's my phone? Where did I leave it? Here did I leave and then I'm walking around with a beeping thing trying to find it. And that's another part of the joke. She has diagnosed herself as having misophonia. And so there is a funny element that happens in the house. Misophonia is people who are charged by sounds. Like they get anxiety when they hear beeping, ticking.
What's it called?
Misophonia.
Misophonia.
You can look that up, Adam. Misophonia. What exactly is that, Adam? Why don't you come in and
I thought it was something about soup. That's right. Fear of soup. Fear of like Asian cuisine.
I think Adam left. Anyway, so
I know what happened to Adam. I think we lost Adam.
Are you here, Adam? Are you here? No.
He's taking a nap.
Adam.
Okay, we lost
Hilarious.
I'm here.
All right, we're here. Oh, okay. Okay, there you are. Oh, okay. Sorry, we lost you. You can come in the frame. We'd love to see you.
He's got misophonia. He's got misophonia. Yeah.
He doesn't want to see me. He wants to see me. That's his phonia.
So the joke being that you like.
Never mind. I'll explain it. Guys, can you get it, Adam, or no?
I'm still trying to look it up. Let's see. Okay, it's misophonia is a chronic condition that causes people to have extreme emotional reactions to specific sounds.
Yes. Like ticking, beeping, and apparently this is the funny part. And apparently this is the funny part. Hold on. And my breathing, which is terrifying, when someone when the sound that makes you stay alive affects the person you love more than anyone in this world is a pretty weird element.
That's really funny.
And I can't get this to work as well as it should, because it's my favorite part is like, because here's the thing. So it's like my breathing is like, it's like, she'll be like, could you not breathe like that? And I'm like, oh, like what? Like to stay alive? What are you talking about?
Right. Well, the fact that your breathing is a specific subset of misophonia. Yeah. Right, that you see actually found that online. You're actually mentioned in the article, right?
Yeah, but people chewing gum and eating with their mouth open, I get that. That bothers me too. Like there's sounds that bother me, like people hawking a loogie, like that's gross. Like there's certain sounds that I just can't stand. So I understand it.
Right. So that me is you, right? In the misophonia.
Yeah.
That's like me. And I think the me is actually is me, because it's actually fear of Dustin Chafin's breathing, right?
Yeah, that's funny. Me is me.
Yeah, because she seems to be afraid of my breathing. So the misophonia, the me and the misophonia is actually me, right?
Fear would be one thing. This just makes her angry, which is scarier. Maybe fear is easier. Maybe fear is easier to kind of like convey, because I've been saying angry because it makes her angry, because this thing creates rage. Yeah, because I've been making it rage, where it makes people and it needs to be like, oh, his breathing. But I don't know, it sounds kind of weird, because I feel like the anger part makes it kind of funny in the sense of like she wants to smother me with a pillow kind of energy, as opposed to like running from my breathing. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's more like, oh my God, with this breathing. You know, like this feels like
it's like claustrophobia, misophonia, arachnophobia. It's like phonia. I don't know what the actual suffix means, but in terms of like that's something that makes somebody uncomfortable. Yeah, I think it's funnier if it's fear. Like, is there misophobia and it's different from misophonia?
I don't think
that's an interesting
thing. I don't think that's a thing. Yeah. I think it's just phonia, but it triggers emotion. That emotion could be angry. That emotion could be fear. It's just uncomfortability and anxiety.
Right.
So anxiety would be the word.
Right. Why can't it trigger joy? Right. Like, I mean, if it's going to trigger something, you know, it'd be nice if it was, but that's one of those things where it's like, I'm a sapiosexual. I'm attracted to somebody who's smart. I'm attracted to loud sounds. I don't know what that is. I'm triggered.
Well, what's really funny, but this is like a funny moment that happens in the house. So she has this thing, like certain sounds, like, and she has the hearing of like, you know, a German Shepherd. I mean, she can hear stuff down the street, you know, like I can't sneak out of bed. I can't, you know, the whole thing. And so she can hear me eating donuts in the kitchen, you know, like it's a whole thing. So the thing is, but what's funny is I have this anxiety of losing things. I don't know if there's a term for it, but I have it. And I'm always constantly thinking I'm losing things. And so I live in a 1-bedroom apartment and I lose my phone every day. And so I walk around with an iPad with my Find Locator app, and I'm walking around trying to find the phone, and it's like beep beep. So it's beeping, and she's reacting to the beeping, and I'm just in panic trying to find my phone, and then it's the sound of my iPad is making her misophonia go off, and all this beeping. And I used to say it's like being in Das Boot, you know, or something, and then nobody's like, what, a 4-hour submarine movie? Nobody's going to get that reference, but.
No, but that's funny. No, but what's funny is you sound like so you're walking around your apartment like one of those old guys at the beach with a metal detector. You know what I mean? Like searching. You know, there's something interesting about that. So I'm suddenly one of those old guys. I'm an 80-year-old guy, being specific, an 80-year-old guy at the beach with a metal detector, beep, 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 like, you know, something like that. It's kind of might be funnier than the other thing. I mean, it's like,
and then I can do the old mic stand thing, huh? That's always fun. The base of the mic stand. It could be.
There you go. I've never seen that done. Oh yes, I have. Has that been done? I don't.
All of the 80s.
Yeah,
I think Carlin did that. Everybody did that.
Everybody did that. Yes. Pick up the mic stand, and.
I mean, I'm not above it. So I'm all about recycling. You know, retro comedy.
But you've reframed it and reusing a comedy classic in a more creative way to comment on your relationship and psychology and your girlfriend's neuroses or yours. And so that's a good reuse. If you're going to repurpose something.
I mean,
I like it.
Adam, did you have something? I feel like you came in to like comment. Or you just
misophonia. Is it?
What do you got?
All right, so misophobia, which is just one letter off, it is a thing. It is a fear, irrational fear, or a fear of dirt.
Okay, I don't really. We're off the rails.
Nothing to do with sound.
Nothing whatsoever.
Right. That's just one letter off. One letter off.
But something to do with. But something to do with metal detecting. I mean, you know, something, you know, you're in a...
But I don't understand the meese part. Whatever, like, how are they getting these things? Like the meese means this and the meese
fear of
that.
soup. Fear of soup.
Fear soup.
I do fear clam chowder.
Yeah.
No, Manhattan style clam chowder I fear immensely. I can't. Whenever you get the clam chowder and it's Manhattan style, you're like, what is happening?
By the way, are there clams in Manhattan? I don't know where they get the, is that, I don't want, they're pulling them out of the Hudson River. Where are the clams? Like Manhattan clam chowder?
It's terrible. But it's basically, I'm sure they're getting them from Long Island somewhere. But the problem is it's red. It's like a soup, like a beef, like a vegetable soup, but with clams. It's terrible.
Oh, wait a second. Hey, you know what would be funny?
I'm a big foodie, so I'll go for hours on food.
Yeah. No, but I knew it was Manhattan clam chowder because one of the clams had a cigarette in its mouth.
There you go. Hey, that's
I don't even know what that's even means.
I mean, nobody wants it, but it's somebody's joke. We should take it.
Yeah. I don't want it. So if anybody wants it.
There is a fear of soup. It's soupophobia.
Oh, well, at least that makes sense. At least that's easy to understand.
They phoned that one in.
What is the fear of soup? Like what? They phoned that one in. Yeah, what's the creative team on that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So can you read more about it? Like, because this is very funny to me.
Well, it just says there isn't a single widely recognized term for fear of soup, technically just called soupophobia, but they say it's not a formally established medical term. Most people would simply describe it as strong aversion to soup. But there is it's an offshoot of I don't even know how to say this one, sebophobia, which is a fear of food.
Okay,
What's that?
That'll kill you.
Right. It's not called bulimia. Yeah, that'll definitely kill you. That's
out of all the phobias, that's probably the most dangerous.
Yeah, most dangerous. You don't want.
Is there a water phobia? Is there a water phobia as well? Okay.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
aquaphobia.
There's
agoraphobia.
Aquaphobia. Yep.
Aquaphobia.
I would call myself an insomniac. Like I've done jokes about it, but I don't sleep. I'm very maybe 3 hours, and then I'll take a nap at some point to make up for a little bit of that. But
do you have a fear of sleep?
I don't have a fear of sleeping. I just I have this I call it a anxiety alarm clock. I mean, I just if my brain just wakes up like, oh, I got to do this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe my family said that, whatever. And I just can't shut it off. And I'm just up. And also I think insomniacs are fake too, because a lot of times we just pretend we have insomnia just so we can have the TV by ourselves. You know what I mean? Like we wake up at like 4 a.m. to watch Sports Center.
Oh, so there's okay, wait. So that's funny. There's a tie-in because you use your insomnia to get out of, and you think she's using her. You're using the other thing. What's the other thing? The thing
just that I lose things. Is there a thing for that? Of people that just lose things? I think it says loser.
Loser. I think loser is it's total loser.
Is that the technical term?
What's the technical term for losing things? Loser. Okay, that's an easy one. Right. They didn't need to get a thesaurus on that one.
No, but is there a thing? Because I mean, I'll have everything and still kind of panic. So, what is there?
It says there's two types of things. There's, I think the thing you're talking about is it's called responsibility OCD.
Oh wow! Okay. And I think that's a big boy. That's a big boy term for just being old. But yeah, I like it.
Fear of being an adult. Right. Yeah.
Oh, it's also traveling. You know how it is. It's like when you as comedians, we are constantly in airports and hotels. So there is I've lost. I can't even. That's why I have to have these. I can't have those stupid little earbuds. I've lost 4 of them. I can't. I just can't do it anymore.
And I'm amazed that we still do it because I go, where's my wallet? Where's my keys? Wallet, keys, and phone. Yeah. It's wallet, keys, phone, wallet, keys, phone, wallet, keys, phone, wallet, keys, phone. And yet I still get up and go, where the hell's my wallet? Where's my keys? Where's my, and
this has been great on my wallet. I got the tag on my wallet, and it creates a lot of I can breathe knowing that, because it'll go off. I'll leave it in the car and I'll walk into a store and it'll say, "Hey man, your wallet is not with you." And
it says it on the phone.
Yeah, it'll alert me and say, "Hey man, your wallet's not with you." and then I'll be, oh, I left it in the car. So like that it's basically like having a third girlfriend, or like a
which I highly recommend.
That's funny.
Which we highly recommend. Yeah, which I highly recommend. By the way,
it's like having a wife with you at all times.
That's really funny. I mean, there's a bit right there. You know, something about that. It's actually having a girlfriend with you nagging you. It's like I've got a high-tech nag or something like that.
Oh, that's funny too, because my stupid iWatch is always like, hey, man, you got to stand up. And I was doing a joke about that. I was trying to do a joke about that, where it's just like, it's telling me, you gotta walk your steps, you got to do your thing, you got to stand up. And it's just like, it's constantly telling me what to do. Like,
oh no, that's funny. Your wallet is fighting with your iWatch now, right? Like, leave him alone. He's like, leave him alone. Like, he's doing good. You know, like he knows where his wallet is. Back off. And the iWatch is going, you're supposed to jog today. He doesn't want to do that because he might lose me. You know, like they've got they're fighting your wallet.
And then Siri comes in and is like, all right, we got to, something.
Yeah, break it up, you two. I'm sick of this. Okay. It's like, there's something funny about the idea that your electronic reminder things have conflicts of interest.
Well, that's very complex. I don't know if I'm a good enough comic to pull that off, but I originally started it with like, I'm constantly getting nagged. She's always telling me what to do and telling me I have to do this or whatever. And it was basically, you think I'm talking about my girlfriend, and it's just my iWatch or my apps or whatever. It never really. It always fell flat. But the idea.
Well, I think the misdirect has to be. I think maybe the misdirect is not solid enough where you have to say, I'm in this abusive relationship. You have to say you're in an abusive relationship.
That.
You have to say I'm in an abusive relationship. Do you ever have a relationship with where the other party is constantly belittling you, criticizing you, telling you what you're not doing right? Yes. And I'm not talking about my girlfriend. I'm talking about my iWatch. Okay. Or just watch. You know what I mean? Like
a little.
And I'm not talking about because I have an iWatch. And that thing is more critical of me than any girlfriend I've ever been in a relationship with. Like I've never. I don't want to
stand.
My self-esteem is taking a battering like every day. Thanks to my watch.
Yeah.
It's like it watches, and it's a good name for that thing because it watches everything I do, and it finds fault with all of them. Right? Like something funny about that.
Yeah.
That's
funny. I like that. I appreciate that. That's a good because that's
my mom. Yeah. Yeah.
Abusive relationship is perfect because it's like it sets it up a lot better because then you're like, oh God, what's this guy talking about? It's like, and then it's like a watch, which is fun.
And then and I'm not talking about my girlfriend. I'm talking about my watch. Okay. Because I got this thing lets me.
My watch. Yeah. My watch and my family.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know which one has traumatized me more, right? I don't know which one has inflicted more long-term damage on me because it's like, did you jog today? How many steps did you do? They should just have it. Yeah.
Well, it's something. It's like someone else.
Have it with the voice of your mom or that's kind of hacky.
Your brother's a better jogger.
Yeah.
Your brother had more steps than you. Just so you know.
Your brother did 5,000 steps. How much did you do? I guess that's okay. If that's as much as you can do, who cares? You know what I mean? You do what you can do. I'm giving you a Jewish mom. I'm giving you a Jewish mom.
Meanwhile, she sounds like Dolly Parton, but I'll take it.
But if you do, Dustin, you want to do that, honey. If you can't do as much jogging as your brother Dexter,
that's okay. That's okay. Bless your heart. Okay. Bless your heart.
You was always a little slower anyhow, but I still love you. Yeah,
but you never went to prison. You never went to prison, so you're the favorite.
Not like him. That's really funny, actually. If that's like a downside, that's something you'd never accomplished. Like,
I was trying to do that. No, everybody in my family has been arrested, and I'm not making this up. Right. Everybody in my family's, one brother's done prison. Everybody's at least done jail, including my mother. And so the joke that I used to do, it was too edgy, and I would say, Everybody in my family has been arrested. You know, my brothers got arrested for possession and DUIs. My mom got arrested for shoplifting. My dad got arrested for hitting her for shoplifting, and it never got.
Okay,
it was always too edgy. I loved it. It's one of my favorite jokes. It's one of my favorite jokes, and and so everybody always, well,
it's like, you know why that doesn't work? Because you need it to be the second punchline, not the third. It can't be the payoff.
It's hitting my mom. It's hitting my mom. Dude, it doesn't matter what. Trust me. It doesn't matter that it's great. It's about a dad beating my mom. It's never going to work, but it's funny. It doesn't mean it's not funny. So what do you say? Second? I can't do it second. It's like third is the punch.
No, that's my point. It's not the punchline. It's not. That's what the problem with the joke is. You're making the third the most abusive one, the punchline, and it's not. Okay.
What would the
I don't know, but I don't know. We haven't done that yet. But let's start first. Say the first two and do the second one as the hitting the mother, and then we need to fix the third one and make that a saver line.
My dad got arrested for hitting her for shoplifting, and my
brother. I got arrested for this. My father got arrested for hitting my mom. What was it? You just said it perfectly, but you just put it out of order. Say, how's it go?
From the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm the only one in my family who's never been arrested. My brothers, both of them have been arrested for possession, DUIs. My mom got arrested for shoplifting. My dad got arrested for hitting her for shoplifting.
Okay. Wait, now do the brother thing. And then do the, is it, I want to make the second one be, it's this because you're going to get the audience. Need a third.
How about adding another one? And then,
that's what I mean. Yes.
And then my uncle got something, or
let's say this. Let's try this. Everyone in my family's been arrested. My mother was arrested for shoplifting. My father was arrested for hitting my mom for shoplifting, and my brothers were arrested for hitting my father for hitting my mom for shoplifting. That's an example of what you're saying by defending my mom by beating up my father for shoplifting. That's not bad. That's what I'm saying.
I got arrested because I actually did pull a gun on my dad. So
you pulled a gun? Yes.
That could be funny because I really did. I pulled a gun on my dad. He was hitting my mom, and I was like, I'll shoot you in the head. So that's very
that makes you the hero.
Yeah. And I almost got arrested for,
yes. And I almost got arrested for pulling a gun on my dad. And I once pulled a gun on my dad. I like the fact, I don't want to say you almost got arrested because that makes no sense. I'd like it to be that I pulled a gun on my dad to defend my mother who was hitting it, and I almost got arrested, right? Okay. And I still didn't get arrested. See, you're hiding. But I still didn't get arrested.
Juvie doesn't count.
Something like that. Because juvie doesn't count. That's funny. See, you just saved that entire joke by you hide the harshest.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Thank you. No, but that's great. I love that joke. It's like my mother got arrested for shoplifting. My father got arrested for hitting my mom for shoplifting, and I pulled a gun on my father to defend my mother for hitting my father for hitting my mother but I didn't get arrested because juvie doesn't count. That's almost really funny if you pull that off, right?
Yeah, it's still edgy. And it still might, be a lot, but I think
but you're a hero.
The juvie thing, pulling a gun on my dad for hitting, because I never thought of that. And I really did do that. So that's a great kind of
great.
It's like I can talk about my dysfunctional family.
Yes.
And then the structure of comedy saves it, so the audience can be allowed. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Exactly. It's the whole problem with that joke was you were making that harshest thing the punchline, and it's not. You got to hide that. You got to slip that in like it's a magic trick, and then you get away with it now because then you become the hero because you're setting them up. The tension level is so high on the second setup that they're getting, oh my God, he comes from a dysfunctional family of physical abuse, and then you become the hero. And then I get arrested I almost got arrested for pulling a gun on my father for hitting my mother, but luckily juvie doesn't count. So I'm still I still have a spotless record, so, but maybe sometime, and then something where you're aspiring to get something on your, you don't have an arrest record, and it's something that you got to do. It's on your bucket list, but it's still on my bucket list.
Yeah. It's funny because I feel like, I try to do the angle where it's like, everybody's been arrested. So I'm like the odd man out, you know,
Mm-hmm.
where it's
That's
just
funny.
where it's just like I could have a PhD and they still wouldn't respect me. Like, it's just something funny about just being the one that's, never been in trouble like that. So it's like,
oh, wait. There's something really funny there. Hold on. PhD. What's the high school diploma? What do you get? I go GED.
Yeah.
Right. Like something PhD, GED. There's got to be a joke there, but I think it's funnier that you could get a PhD, but in your family, getting arrested is a badge of honor. Getting arrested is something you put on your resume. You've never been arrested. What kind of man are you? like in your family, you get chips for being, in my family, I'm not a high achiever because I don't have an arrest record. Oh, my brothers, they've done it all. Like in your family, it's like getting your high school diploma. He graduated from Harvard. He did this, but in your family, he got arrested for, hitting a guy in a bar. Drunk driving, like these are the resumes in the Chafin family, right? These are the these are the the gold,
there's like this outlaw like thing that's like, it's really hilarious. It's like
yes. No, but that's great. There's something really funny about the fact that in your family, those what do you call them? Accomplishments. Those
accolades.
Accolades.
Those are pretty. There's a weird thing.
Yeah, achievements, life goal. What's life goals? In our family, are like check off the things on our bucket list. Well, you've never been arrested. You never hit a cop, right? You've never been arrested for assaulting a police officer. You never got driven drunk. What kind of man are you?
It's basically trying to get respect in hip hop. Without
yes. That's hilarious. That's another angle, right? The hip hop angle, where you got cred.
What am I, a rapper? Like, I got to get arrested to sell records? Like, what's going on here?
Street cred. You don't even have any street cred. You need that. You're not even considered an authentic. Being an outlaw in my family is like getting a diploma on your wall. It's like they showed that off. Look at his arrest report. they don't have like diplomas on the wall or trophies for Little League. They have
my brother's mugshot.
My brother's mugshot. That's hilarious. Mugshot is hilarious. Or his arrest report. Wow, you hit 2 cops. Right? Wait a second. Right? Like, what? Your blood alcohol was 3.0. I thought you should be dead with that. That's amazing. Like, that's really funny. That's
almost as good as grandma.
That's really funny. Well, you still didn't beat grandma, but that's good. Like that's really funny. That's really funny. Like in your family, because it's true, Justin. That's the thing that's great about this, is that it's really true. And your problem you're like the sweetheart in your family. And it's like that you're the outcast, right? Yeah. They're the outlaws and you're the outcast because actually, you're a sensitive guy and you're the artist guy and you managed to get out of there. But you're like you're the outcast among outlaws, right?
Well, it's like the Chris Rock thing, where it's like, you're not supposed to get arrested, you dumb mother. Like it's
exactly.
They talk about it like it's cool. I'm like, my brother says to tell me all these cool prison stories, and I'm like, all right, I'm intrigued, but not cool.
No, but I think leaning into the idea that you actually have low self-esteem because you haven't done enough bad shit, right? Yeah. Right, is a root cause of your neuroses, because in your family those things are values. Okay, it's like fascinating. There's something fascinating. You don't go too far into it, but you go something.
But there's something funny too, where it's just like, not to get too therapy right now, but it's like I'll call my mom and I'll be like, yeah, I just performed in front of 18,000 people. I'm on tour. I'm doing all this cool stuff. I dropped a special, blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, that'll literally last about 40 seconds. And then everything else would be about my brother getting arrested, and my brother is like a lawyer.
And it's my God. No. But that's so funny, Dustin, because if you switch it to her not complaining, but actually bragging about it. Well, did you hear what your brother did? Arrested for assault again. Right. Okay. That's now one more, and he goes to prison for 25 years. Top that, tough that, Mr. Comedy Boy. Okay, that's what I'm saying. That's the frame. Is like you can't compete. I was at, your brother got arrested.
My brother's got a prison punch card, and like he gets more respect than I do.
That's right. That's right. His meal card. He's got like, he's like a frequent flyer. He's got like a frequent
Carnegie Hall. And he performed at the, what's the prison, Huntsville prison in Texas, and he gets more.
No, you find a really good prison, Rikers Island. You went to Aruba Island, like you went to pick an island that has comedy, and you go. And he did a week. I did a week in. Give me an island that has a name, and then you go. And your brother did 2 weeks. Your brother did 6 months in Rikers Island. Have you ever been there?
St. Quentin or Rikers?
No, Rikers. You got to have island. What? Hey, Gail, what's the name of an island that has the word island in it? Like there's something a famous thing that says something island, like Paradise Island. I did. What is it? Fantasy Island? No, Paradise Island. Okay. I was on an episode of the new Fantasy Island. Your brother did 6 months in Rikers Island. Okay, that's funny. You could say that, or you could say, I just did a week at a resort in Paradise Island. Your brother just spent 2 months in Rikers Island. So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're doing. Yeah, it's nice that both of the sons are doing very well. Both of the sons are accomplishing things. There's something really funny. I think the frame is that you're in your family, those are the values, and you just make it like, I can't compete with my brother. It goes right. And no matter what I do, my brother has done something.
Well, he gets all the attention. He gets all the attention, which I think is kind of the word in the sense of what it is. The reality is that it's like the more you mess up, the more attention you get. The better you do, the less attention you get.
That's true. But if you say that I can't compete with my brother, like I called my mother up and I said, I just performed for 2,000 people in Paradise Island. And my mother said, that's interesting. Your brother just spent 6 months on Rikers Island. Okay. Like no matter what, okay. And so, well, Mom, I don't think it's the same thing. Well, it's, have you ever been there? Right. Like, and like, it's a dig at you that you've never been to Rikers Island. And in your family, having an arrest record is actually an accountment that you've never.
That's so funny.
Yeah. That's something really funny there. I wish I had this bit. Once again, a bit that I wish I could do.
It would be funny you to pretend that your family's that messed up.
Yeah, no. Our dysfunction is a very different.
Trust me, you don't need a bit that you don't need this bit that bad. I mean,
exactly.
The therapy alone is not worth.
Yeah. Oh God. Anyway, but that's really
the doctors that have been called in.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, it almost feels like the Rikers Island thing is so good. Island, all of that verb.
No, I love it. I'm going to do all this. I think it's great. I think it's.
But I wish there was another one because that one could be the second one. That would be the real closer one. But if there was something like, I called my mother up and I said, something else you did. Like I wrote this new joke today. Really? Your brother filled out a form to get his GED, and that is get out of something. I don't know, something law related, something where he was just exonerated or let off. I just won an award on this. Well, he just posted bail.
He just posted bail.
He made bail.
Got a probation. Yeah, something.
I made it to the final round on America's Got Talent. Your brother just made bail. You have to have a single syllable thing. Yeah. I made something. I don't know what it is, but it's something like where you made something and then your brother. Yeah. Well, he posted bail. I just posted the funniest clip on Instagram. Your brother just posted bail. Okay.
Yeah. No, I love that.
I don't know what the joke is, but it's close to that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. All right, dude.
Cool.
Well, good luck at Aruba. Have fun with those white people.
Yeah. I will definitely.
Good luck with your Rosa Parks joke.
Yeah. By the way, isn't there Rosa Parks? Is there a mosaic? Like, you know how like airlines have like a mosaic? If JetBlue has mosaic, which is like the best, but if you've been to prison a bunch of times, you have like, I don't know. There's some version of that. If you go to prison enough, you get frequent something.
Prison punch card was kind of the easiest.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Something where you've been to prison enough times. You have gold status.
Oh, I'd love
platinum status.
I would love to talk about more my brother's prison life for sure.
Oh, it's great. Great.
And then I have a bunch of stories about my father we'll get into next time. All right.
Okay. All right.
Very excited.
All right. Cool.
Thank you guys. Please follow us on
Thanks,
all.
Adam.
We've got to do a sign off. Brian.
Yeah, Brian Scott McFadden Comic. Brian Scott McFadden Comic. Find me on Instagram. Brian Scott McFadden Comic.
Wow. And we wonder why people don't follow the show. All right, everybody. If you're a comedian, if you want to learn how to do comedy, this is probably the podcast to listen to.
True. If you have, especially if you have a prison record, your family has full prison records.
Yeah. If you're prison, if your mother has been beat, you should listen.
Or you want to learn, or you want to start beating her. Okay, this is the show to listen to. Okay.
If your family's all criminals, this is your show.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Let's listen to all their stuff. We know what to do.
Bye.
Well, folks, that's our show. It's time for us to go. Make sure to follow us, give us a like, drop us a comment, and always subscribe. We're chasing comedy on all the socials. We hope you had a gas, had some laughs, and maybe you learned something too. Until next time, we're Brian and Dustin, and we're chasing comedy.